Hello, Matt. Welcome to the penultimate episode of Greymantle Season 3. There's just one episode after this. Everything's coming together. I am Eric Scott to be the GM/DM of this game of Gothic horror fantasy, and things are happening. I'm a writer, designer, TTRPG, streamer, actual play enthusiast, and I wanted to uh, give a brief shout out to our Discord channel at the Dungeon Scrawlers. We have a thriving community that we've been building for several years now, and it's really fun, and I think you should check it out. Also, you'll hear about all of our different shows and special deals and opportunities and like books that people enjoy because our thing is that we're writers and creatives of all kinds, and it's just a nice little, creative community. Okay, take it away, Allie.
Hi, everybody. I am Alexander Pitchford, or Ali for short. I am a writer, game designer, and TTRPG streamer. Uh, TTRPG stream producer, and other hats, editor.
She does
stuff.
all the tech
I
stuff
do a lot of
for
things.
us, which is amazing.
In any case, I'll be playing the Silver Sparrow, as I typically do. And I'd like to tell you tonight about one of our sponsors, which is Idle Champions. Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms is a strategy game that unites iconic Dungeons & Dragons characters from novels, campaigns, and popular shows into one epic adventure, including Farida, Havilar, and Mehen from the Brimstone Angels novels. The game is available for PC and Mac on Steam and Web, Epic Game Store, Google Play, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, iPad, iPhone, and on all Android devices. For more information, check out idlechampions.com.
Someone else.
I'll go next.
Excellent.
Hi.
Oh.
I'm Forda. I also go by Lex. You can find me a lot of places on the internet at Fortaver, Fortaveer, with or without the dash in between, except for where I'm LexArts with 2 X's. I illustrate, I play games, and right now I'm offering royalty-free illustrations on my Patreon. So if you need art for something you're working on, it's cheap. Go look at it.
Nice.
I'll go. Hello, I'm Jen, also known as Savage Sparrow on the internet. You can find me at savagesparrow.com. I also have an amazing website for selling apparel and accessories, and Savage Sparrow or some variants thereof on most major social media. Tonight, I am playing Oriana Devereaux, the warlock mob princess, is having all sorts of rough times in general, but I'm pretty sure I'm no longer infected with the plague, so that's pretty cool. Also, on our last episode, I exploded everybody, and I'm sure that's not going to have any consequences whatsoever.
Oh, I'm sure it's not going to come up at all.
Why would that have any consequences?
Yeah, let's put our hand up. Just like go and talk.
Okay. So.
Okay. Yeah. It's my turn. Hi, I'm Amanda Cherry, and I tell lies for a living. Sometimes in print, often on stream like this one. You can find me online at thegingervillain.com, where you can learn about my campaign. I am the most excited person ever to try and lose a Hugo Award in 2025. It's all I want in the world is to lose that Best Series Hugo in 2025. So if you're a WorldCon member, thinking about becoming a WorldCon member, head over to my website, find out why. I am begging you to help me lose a Hugo. And yeah, you can find me online at Manda the Ginger on all my socials. And today we'll be playing Anji, who is a very thirsty bard who is mostly for decoration. She is here to make friends, make love, make music, and make everybody's lives just a little more complicated.
I mean, you can.
She's
can
not
take
joking
that.
about that. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, you can take that Hugo Award nominee label like real far. You can.
It's so true. It's so true. Also, up until last year, there was an official Hugo Losers party, and sadly, that will not be happening here in Seattle. So I have decided that the Hugo Losers party will just be wherever I am, and I'm just gonna buy everybody else drinks if I do wind up nominated for a Hugo.
Oh, yeah.
I have a dress. I have a dress. It's right there. Do you see it? It's purple. It's sparkly. Like, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Yeah, it's on my website.
Hey,
I literally have like it's on my website.
Pause for a sec.
Yeah.
I will have to edit this out.
Yeah.
Because I am gonna see if I can fix Lex's subtitles, because they're showing Amanda's subtitles, and that might be my fault.
It's that bug again.
Yeah, so I gave you a new link in there right above.
Okay.
Yeah, hopefully the new link
good.
is better because it's not showing that.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
I'm back in.
Okay. Okay, we're good.
Okay. She's not joking about the Hugo losers thing either. She talks about it a lot. So
It's my entire personality right now. So.
Go if you are attending Worldcon, go nominate Amanda's works for the Hugo, and we'll see what happens. All right, so the penultimate episode. Now, I just want to remind everybody that even if you experienced the events of the previous episode, well, that is to say, Sparrow, you experienced the events of the previous episode, but you do not remember them going into this episode. Your last memory is of heat, pain, and pressure, and then you were senseless.
Good.
When you pull yourself back to consciousness, Oriana, since you are the one who is least susceptible to fire, you find yourself lying atop a cot in some sort of building in Nightside.
Okay.
You can hear the tromp of boots all around you, like outside the walls of this room. You hear whistles and people shouting orders to each other. It's like you're in some kind of army camp.
So immediately, I want to make sure I still have all of my arms and armor. Like.
You do not.
Oh no. Okay. Is anyone else around me from the party?
Yes, in fact. You see Sounder and you see Sparrow lying on cots of their own nearby. They are dressed just as you are in kind of colorless, like sleeping gowns that all seem to be the same efficient, low-cost clothing that you might issue to your army.
Okay. Don't like this. So first, I'm going to go try to wake up Sparrow.
Okay. There is a fourth cot, which is empty.
Okay. He did have Isidore. Okay. Well, whatever. He's not important. I'm sure that's fine. She can hit
Okay. Okay.
Ah.
All right.
Tell us how you really feel.
You sit up and you are extremely sore.
Oh no.
As though your whole body has been ripped apart and then put back together again.
Hey, I had 5 hit points. I was fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's how that works.
It doesn't strictly feel like when you had the plague, but you just feel worn out in kind of a similar state to what the plague would have done to you.
Okay. So I imagine like she goes to rise with like that like dramatic like flare, and then it just becomes like
Yeah. Your cry of distress. At your cry of distress, the voices outside fall quiet, and then the door opens, revealing a fairly handsome, square-jawed elf man standing in the portal.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, "Ha! You are awake. Lie down, lie down. You don't have the strength to stand." He is wearing white silvery plate armor inlaid with golden leaf.
Who are you, and why have you brought us here?
That's not a very kindly thing to say to one who saved your life.
I
And
don't.
he puts his hand on you and just pushes you back onto the cot.
Let me. What's going on?
You have been rescued from a hive of iniquity and death and brought to our safe house here in Nightside.
And who is our exactly?
Why? We are the champions of the light, here to purify Nightside of its taint.
I see.
I recognize that suspicious look. You are a princess of Hellfire, after all. Your petty politics do not concern us of the light. I am Endrin Lathair, and I have rescued you. You may thank me now.
So where is our stuff?
Well, that's a bit rude of you as well. I suppose they don't teach you tieflings much in the way of good graces, but you will have your equipment back once you reach a agreement with my commander.
Ah.
Okay. So another person comes in the door, and you recognize that it is Isadora, and okay, all the shouting has roused Sparrow and Sounder. Like, you are starting to wake up, and you are sore. Like, your whole body feels burning up in pain, and like your bones don't fit together properly.
Well,
yeah.
I've certainly woken up in worse pain, I suppose. No, that's wrong. I haven't.
Okay, so another figure appears in the doorway, and it is Isadora. And she looks exhausted and also a little bit beat up, but not quite as bad as you, necessarily. And she says, Endrin, stop harassing my friends. And he goes, ah, my love, of course. And he sweeps this bow toward her.
I'm sorry.
We're friends now?
My love?
Isadora says, get out, get out. And Endrin's like,
Ori looks at Sparrow at that and just bows like, that's what you focus on?
yes, well, I need to report to the Inquisitor anyway. And he bows again, dramatically.
Great, another useless
Isadora's
boss.
hand, and then heads out the door.
The Inquisitor is here?
She closes the door behind him. You're alive. Good. I was worried that you might not make it.
I was worried I might not make it.
So what is all of this about purifying Nightside?
Well, she sits down on the fourth cot. And she says, Inquisitor Mata is here to cleanse the plague from Nightside.
What day is it?
Because the way that other person presented it did not sound specific. In fact, it sounded way more like Dayside Overreach again.
Yes, well, I suppose one could see it in that perspective. You see that
I'm
her hands...
inclined to see it that way.
See that her hands are blackened and ashy, as though she has been plunging them into ash for quite some time, or they are badly burned. Hard to say.
Are you all right?
For certain definitions of all right, yes. She coughs. Anyway, the Legion of the Light is here to purify the city. And Sounder, your question is very apt because it is the day after we were knocked senseless.
Oh.
Hive of plague.
Is that all? Well, when one
And
gets
it's shortly after midnight.
Right.
well, when one gets blown up, one does tend to lose track of time.
Hey, the zombies are dead and we're alive. So
We don't
obviously
know that.
it worked.
We just know
Well,
we aren't dead.
The immediate problem has been resolved.
the Legionnaires cleaned out the hive, or at least so I've been led to believe.
Now,
Oh, great. We're not getting paid.
by cleaned out, does that mean, because again, that man that was just here seemed to imply a complete and total cleanse.
Let's
does
just
that
assume
also
about as
gives you-
thorough as dropping a fireball on your friend's head.
She gives you a dark and haunted look.
Oh, I'm going to take that to be the worst possible response.
Okay.
Or the
what
best,
about...
considering I now don't have to share my rations.
No, because that sounds like everybody was wiped out.
This is what I was hoping to avoid, she says. We did our best. It's all in Mada's hands now.
Lovely.
They better have at least took out whatever was making that buzzing.
They want to see you, the Inquisitor.
What? You mentioned an agreement. Do you know anything of what that could imply? I don't.
Agreement.
Yeah, I don't
She
like
thinks.
that he's keeping all of our things hostage, and as well
Oh.
as us, obviously.
Her look, which was sorrowful before, just darkens, and she says, well, I think what Endrin meant is that you need to convince the Inquisitor not to execute you.
Right.
I'm sorry, execute us? For
Yeah,
what?
why bother patching us up if you were gonna just kill us? That seems stupid.
I convinced the Inquisitor that you should be given a chance to plead for your lives.
On
For
what charges?
what?
We haven't committed any crimes today.
Potentially being infected with the plague is sufficient.
Yeah.
Then just
So-
kill us and be done with it.
My thought that cleansing Nightside is a conquest more than an act of charity seems to be on the money here.
Isadora kind of winces and she says, I didn't think you were right before, but I think you might be onto something.
Yeah. I wonder why you thought that.
So
Listen,
so
it's been a long day, and I am
At-
very, very tired.
at that, like, Oriana's face like will soften a little bit, and she'll be like, "Look, you can't help having the perspective that you had. What's important now is that your eyes are and what you're going to do now with that clarity."
She nods. That's a very generous thing for you to say. And I hope you are correct. I
I
pray that
usually
you will
am.
be able to persuade the Inquisitor of your value, which I recognize, to save Nightside from the cleansing flames that they wish to bring.
Hmm.
Just that. Just that little ask.
Mada
Well, certainly.
is the light bringer who brings mostly flame and destruction.
Well, he sounds delightful.
He says, well, I can't really attest to that exactly, but he does have a very fair mind. And I think if you can appeal to him and make your case strongly, then he will be convinced. And she tries to stand and kind of like wavers a little bit. She said, I should get some rest. I'm glad to see you alive. I was not sure that you would be.
Glad to be
Of course
alive.
we would be.
If
I-
you, when you're ready to speak with the Inquisitor, tell Endrin he's been tasked with guarding your room.
Oh, of course he has.
Oh,
Do we
can
have
we-
to?
Yeah, can we have like literally anybody else?
Literally anyone.
It is not my decision to
He
make.
he just really seems like that type of guy that will correct you on incorrectly on anything that comes out of your mouth.
That is a remarkably accurate assessment that you gathered in just a few short moments with him.
Good.
Well,
Good.
remember when I said before that I'm usually right? Like, it comes with being immersed in politics at Nightside.
Endrin is not a bad man, and he is overzealous perhaps, but
He's a twit.
it's complicated. Anyway, I'm going to go get some rest. Please recover yourselves, and I hope I will see you again. And then she heads out of the room.
Well, she clearly has terrible taste in men.
No one said she picked him.
So to be fair, if you tasted men, like, I'm just gonna leave that there. I'm just gonna end that sentence.
That's true, though.
Fair.
All right.
I mean, some of them can be decent for amusement, but nothing long term.
But why though? Women are just so much better.
Anyway. So, she has left you alone. Endrin Leathir is guarding your room.
Great.
You can hear him singing a jaunty song to himself.
So do we want to find this guy ourselves, or are we gonna?
They're not going to let us out of here. Not.
You're-
Yeah, let is a
Easily.
strong word.
No, I mean, while I appreciate where you're going, Sounder, we are in the middle of an army base that is on the zealous side, looking for any excuse to murder us without any of our arms or armor. So it's a bit, things are a little stacked against it.
Just a bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
Yeah, I forgot.
And even I would be hard pressed to find my way out of here safely.
Is there any way? That was gonna be my thought. Is some way you think out? Maybe one of us can get word to Lilith. Anyone on what's happening here?
I could try.
God. Do you think that they also murdered the other dwarves? Ones who gave us our job?
That would require them to go and actually do a little bit of looking and research.
I mean, if they had all of the members of the hive there, their inquisitor, they were already motivated to sell out the family. You really think it would take much convincing for them to rat on the family?
See, ratting requires you to talk. Dying doesn't.
Yes, we're presuming they even stopped to ask questions.
I'm not.
In any case, if you want me to try, I can try, but I have my misgivings.
I mean,
Alright.
of all of us here, breaking in and out of places, you're expert.
I'm aware, but
If you don't think it's possible, I mean, drop it.
it's potentially possible, but exceedingly dangerous. Particularly for those of you left behind, and possibly for Isadora as well, given her association with us.
I mean, she did go through all the effort of having them not just kill us on sight.
And I'd
Yeah.
rather not spit in the face of that gesture.
Is there a way that maybe could get a message out? If there's some way that, again, like a lot of people in town owe us a favor, and at the very least would have opinions about us being held hostage and having the Inquisitor here with an army ready to purify the town. That's bad for business in general.
I would also presume that they're not already very aware of the situation, and presuming that they're even still around to do anything about it. We don't know how much damage they've already caused in the time they've been here, and there were a lot of ashes on Isidora's hands. We may be alone in this. Of course not. Have you ever known me to give up?
I've known you to retreat or I should say tactically retreat.
Exactly, a tactical decision. That isn't giving up.
Alright, I'm gonna call Elf Boy in here, and I guess we're gonna go talk to his boss?
We might as well. Perhaps we can... Well, I'm not going to say make him see reason. I certainly doubt we can do that. But perhaps we can at least get out of here with our own skins intact.
If we're lucky, since he wants to set things on fire so bad. And we kind of need certain things set on fire. Maybe it's gonna work out for both of us.
Yes, if we can get him to focus that fire on the things that are...
needing to be
deserving
burned.
of it.
Sooner all of them bags up here.
Agreed. Well, let's call him the douchebag.
You should do the talking with him because I will set him on fire.
Alright.
As long as you don't catch the rest of us in it, I'd be fine with that.
Hey, all the undead were.
Let's not do that.
You?
We will rely on my silver tongue.
Okay, the door abruptly opens, and Ender just barges right in. Ah!
Those ears. It's those ears.
I have brought you something to eat, since it has occurred to me that lesser creatures, when they awaken from slumber, do require sustenance.
Excuse me.
Hey, so
lesser
what?
creatures. What? I'm sorry.
You're an elf, aren't you?
Manners question.
Yes.
All right, you don't get any of that. And he puts out these bowl of what looks like porridge out in front of Pounder and Oriana.
Yeah, no, seriously, manners question.
Ah,
In Dayside,
yes.
is it just a thing for guys to barge into a room that is full of women? Is that just a thing?
If those women are
No knocking.
prisoners, then yes.
Ah,
I don't think
I
that is
have
the
concerns.
defense that you think it is, buddy.
Whatever could be wrong with that.
I'm not going to engage in this. We're ready to talk to your boss.
Oh,
So
I see.
I would rather not address someone of such position in nothing but, well, a gown. Can we at least have our clothing?
He stares at you blankly. Ah, that might be difficult.
Why?
I
Well, most of it caught fire and burned away to ash.
I wonder the fuck why. There it
There's the
is.
one.
But if you insist, I'll see what I can do.
It'd be much appreciated. Thank you.
You are very welcome, fellow elf. What is wrong with your eyes, by the way? Are you sick?
No, it's a birth defect.
Don't worry, because I am a paladin, and I am immune to sickness.
Paladin.
Fantastic. But no, I've had this for a very long time, so don't worry. It is not a contagious condition. It is simply
good.
how I am.
Well, good for you. I'll see what I can do. And he just walks out.
Oh,
My
I hate
book.
him.
Yeah.
My book is gone, isn't it?
I mean, potentially. I know how much you treasured that book and how long it took you to assemble.
Years!
But you had a backup, right?
That takes money, Ori!
Why would you? We're just magic.
Oh, I like that armor. I mean, the armor's probably fine, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
I was gonna say it's magical.
right. My armor, my sword, oh, my coat, oh, my precious
The
coat.
door abruptly opens again.
Components.
Endrin comes in with a stack of kind of white and silvery clothes in his arms. And he's like, here you go.
Thank you. We'll need some privacy to change, please.
He insists.
Ew.
He heads out.
He was just going to stand there if we didn't say anything. I
Yeah.
fully
he
believe
was.
this.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
Ah.
I'm going to change out of this shit.
Okay.
And Sparrow
He
can do
has-
just that.
He has supplied you with Legion of Light Army uniforms.
Cool.
Great.
Mhm. Mhm.
Well, any port in a storm.
which
I
are
feel-
which are a little snug if you are proportioned in a way that is far from
Not elf.
kind of a very elf and or very slender person,
So
human
as
person.
A thick tiefling.
If you're a
Thick
thick
tiefling.
tiefling, they're a bit tight. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
And if you're a robust shifter,
If you are a sounder.
they're not
Meanwhile-
especially comfortable. Meanwhile,
Apparently they
Sparrow
think
looks
Sparrow-
great.
Yeah, Sparrow looks fantastic. I
feel
imagine
like
you might have had to like rip a hole. Like Ori has a tail, right?
yes.
Yeah, so you'd probably have to rip a hole for the tail.
Well, I feel like just the idea of getting into the light, the army of light, like it just feels too deeply upsetting.
Mhm.
So
That's
she
fair.
kind of like looks at it and is like, I'm good. I'll wear the shift.
Well, I may not agree with them, and the color choice is awful, but I admit, when I kind of adjust the collar a little bit, they do have a bit
Leave
of
a
style.
few buttons undone.
Yeah,
you know.
exactly.
Typical Sparrow style. Yeah,
Mhm.
I get it. All right.
I do look good.
I mean, you always look.
Well, you look lawful, Endrin says from outside.
Like I imagine Ori has her back to him, so that way Sparrow could just see like the face, like wanting to vomit. Like
Right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Well, once everyone's dressed or has not bothered to change, Sparrow.
Yeah, he's
will-
leaning in the doorway again. He's like,
I think we're ready now.
all right, let's go.
We'll follow.
Okay. He leads you through what you recognize as a kind of municipal building here at Nightside. And it seems really familiar to you as you're going through. The people inside are very strange, right? They're all Legion of Light soldiers going around, having reclaimed the building and tasked the rooms for different efforts. You know, there are maps and there's an armory, etc. And you realize that you're actually in a guardhouse, like the Nightside jail, essentially. And what was going on is that you were in a prison cell. It just didn't necessarily seem that way because, well, they tore out all the padded coverings for the walls because, those can be used for uniforms.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Anyway, and Endrin leads you into another plain room with just like two benches in it. And he says, "The Inquisitor will see you when the Inquisitor is ready."
Great.
Lovely. Thank you.
You didn't think the Inquisitor was waiting on your every word, did you?
No, but never mind.
A very busy holy champion, as it were.
Of course, it does take quite a lot of effort to purge the unclean.
Yes, make yourselves comfortable. He closes the door behind him.
I hate him. I hate him so much.
It's possible, you think? No, that wouldn't be possible. Because that would require getting him near the water.
She'll look around, like Sparrow will look around the room a little bit. I think I woke up drunk in this room once.
I think I had to bail you out of here once, yeah.
Yes, we've definitely had to, scrape the poor deer off the floor.
Yeah, you're pretty sure this is the drunk tank. Anyway,
your love and support, dear, are just so appreciated.
Oh, look! There's that stamp left that one time!
I'm trying.
I think with all their talk of purging, they'd have a sense of cleanliness.
But, some things just last forever.
Try to generate a mystique, and you all just none of you play along, and it's just frustrating.
Mystique is not...
We're respecting your achievements!
He's gonna go, like, sit away from everyone else on a different bench, and just kind of, like... She's not sulking, she's brooding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Very different.
Ori would go to sit next to her, and just very quietly take her hand, and whisper under her breath, I am so out of my element here and terrified. So I really hope you know what you're doing.
I have this in hand, I promise. She'll give the hand a little squeeze. Although, I imagine if you try to cast that spell again in this room, it will kill all of us.
I mean, we'll use that as a last resort.
Good. Give me some warning first, and maybe I can,
Yeah, but again, I mean, I would think you'd rather be killed by me than them, right? Like...
In the end, death is death, and I'm not really particular about who does the killing. I'd certainly rather just not have that happen at all.
Well, I am. I don't want them to have the satisfaction. I'd rather take as many of them as I can out with me.
The principle of the thing's all well and good, but you are still dead.
We can agree to disagree, love.
Yes, of course. I would... I do... It's not lost on me that the immediate follow-up to me saving you from that monstrosity was to be exploded, and that was
I was going to I had a plan which did involve a dramatic rescue because I was okay and Isadora was okay, but unfortunately there was a whole army up those stairs.
Well,
I did not anticipate an army.
No, very few do in those situations.
But it was I didn't. There were so many of them, and were surrounded, and it seemed like the best and fastest way to get out of there, with as many of us alive, or at least able to be healed, that we could do. And perhaps it wasn't the best decision, but I stand by it. And if you want to be mad at me, if you want to hate me for that, that's fine.
I'm not capable of hating you, Ori. I don't hate you. I did fling myself at a monster that absolutely petrified me to keep it from killing you.
If it makes you feel better, that was both incredibly brave and incredibly sexy.
Does make me feel better a little bit.
I mean, yeah, like if we weren't in a life or death situation.
Although, I feel kind of, I guess they must have healed me fairly well. I don't even have the, what are they? I got hit by those shards of crystal.
Yeah.
So, don't know where those went.
Oh.
That's concerning.
That
Just kind of like rubs the spot, like, because one of them hit her in the forehead.
You do feel something there under your skin.
Hell.
So into this moment, there's a pounding at the drunk tank door.
Intrude.
You're the ones that control this place.
The door opens, and in walks an extremely handsome androgynous figure. Tall, muscular, long, blonde-ish, silvery blonde hair. And they say, yes, but even prisoners deserve respect, I think.
Thank you.
I think you're the only one here who thinks that.
I might be. Endrin shows up as well, and you also, you do not see Isadora because she went off to go rest. How long exactly you've been waiting here has been a while. Like, not a hugely long time, but long enough for you to get anxious about how long it's been. And this guy shows up, or guy, I should say, unclear. And I say, I am Amada, Inquisitor of the Light. And I am told that you seek an audience with me. Very well. Here I am.
Yes.
And they are just wearing this long, silvery white robe.
It was our hope to speak with you so that we might entreat. Perhaps that's not the best word. So that we might impress upon you that we are uninfected, we are perfectly healthy and fine, and there's no need to execute us.
Execute you?
That was what we were led to believe was a possibility.
Is this true, Endrin? The elf kind of smiles. He's like, well, it was always possible. Mana shakes their head slightly. You are the three heroes who have been fighting to overcome the plague in Nightside. There is no reason to execute you.
Oh, good. Yes, we've been working to uncover the source and stop it so that, it will cease to affect our people.
And?
Well, we know of the sources, but we know that they're also scattered around the city. Objects that fell off the Doom train.
Mana doesn't look surprised at all by anything you said. And
And we had found at least some entity in the hive that we had been battling when, well,
I see that you are concerned for the folk of the hive. Rest
yes,
assured, not all of them have perished.
good.
Color me surprised.
I can understand your hesitation. It is obvious that when an army descends upon a city with weaponry, everything looks like a target. But I am an entity of discernment and judgment. If there is a way to save Nightside without destroying it, I wish to pursue that path.
As do we.
Then we are in agreement.
I would say so.
Do insight checks?
Sure, go for it.
Yeah. The
The
sparrow is
Inquisitor is
paranoid.
extremely hard to read
I rolled a
because
2.
they don't have any micro expressions. They're just standing there like a statue talking to you
I rolled a 10.
Sounder, though.
with this unnatural stillness.
Is it any way reminiscent of how what was her name, Lilith, in her kind of etherealness?
A little bit, but ethereal. Okay. Where Lilith was ethereal and a little bit witty and jubilant, Mata seems grounded and very serious. Mata is like a mountain, and Lilith is like a windstorm.
Okay.
Well,
Okay, so your insight checks don't reveal any deception or anything.
all right.
You have traced this infection to its source.
Well, the trouble is the sources are scattered.
But the heart,
We can't reach them.
you have found the heart of darkness.
Out of character, have we? Like,
You have no idea what he's talking about.
I don't believe we have. Yes, we were searching for whatever that might have been.
I see. Then my suspicion was correct. Endrin, get them their equipment. You shall accompany me to the heart of darkness,
All right.
and we shall put these things to right.
So you know where this thing is.
Knowledge is a slippery thing. I believe I know where it is.
Well,
You have been there yourselves, but did not recognize it for what it was. I believe you refer to it as the Evanescent Spire.
Oh.
are you suggesting that Lilith is the heart of darkness?
For the first time, you see a tiny reaction on Mata's face. That is a name I have not heard in a long time. Yes, that is not a surprise. This game has been her game from the beginning. You but her pawns upon the game board. We shall confront her and set things aright.
But she stopped the plague when it initially broke out. However,
He turns his head
ago.
slightly. Says, "Did she?"
Yes.
That's what she told us.
Nah.
And what the records said.
She didn't tell us that.
Oh, that's right.
The records.
Do you think everything written down is truthful?
No, but I don't
think
have a way to.
I think there are enough. There are and have been enough citizens that survived that would have made mention or created additional factions or led to any sort of evidence that like a cover up of that size just isn't possible.
Not without a lot of outside help.
We shall make a wager then.
No, we shan't.
If I am correct, you shall become my servant, Oriana. Vainglory. And if you are correct, I shall grant you a boon.
These are quite the stakes.
Is this acceptable to you?
How do you know my name?
I shall extend you this offer this once.
It's sus.
Ori looks over at Sparrow, just like.
Don't like this.
Decide, Oriana Devereaux.
Fine. I agree.
Mana smiles
No.
slightly.
No. No, hang on.
It is done. Entron shows up with an armful of equipment. Ah, got it. Mana gestures. So what Entron has returned with are all of your magic items that were not destroyed by the fireball.
Yay!
It does not include Sparrow's sword, however. You do notice that that is not present. But the armor is.
The armor in my coat, at least, then, would be...
Your coat is there. Your coat is a little bit singed, but otherwise still intact.
Well...
Like, that was a really intense fireball.
My sword. I had a sword.
Mana looks to Endrick, who shrugs.
Well, I can't exactly... If this is going to be a fight, I can't exactly operate unarmed, can I?
Draw your power from within, Mana suggests.
Very well. She'll, as a demonstration, create basically a rapier that looks like it's made out of pure shadow.
Yep, a shadowy rapier blade appears in your hand.
I'll have to make do.
Of course. We leave on the hour, see the quartermaster for additional supplies.
Of course.
Vainglory shall be leading the vanguard, of course.
Of course.
Well then.
All right. Mana leaves. Endrin leaves the door open. He says, "Quartermaster's down the hall."
I'll pull the armor on over the Legion of Light military uniform and button up the coat.
Okay.
Let's go.
Real fast too. I assume we're healed back to full?
You are at full hit points.
Okay.
But you have no hit dice left.
Okay.
Well, I burned all of mine in that attack anyway, so Haha.
Yep. I would not say that the rest you got was restful rest.
Also, I think I had already had the floaty rock in there because it says I have a token of Featherball.
Yeah.
Or wait, no, this is a feather token. Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's what it does, though.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and that item comes back to you. All your magic items and Sounder, your spell book does show up. It is scarred and charred a little bit, but all the spells are still there.
Oh,
Your book is
beautiful
fine.
Beautiful thing.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, the quartermaster can provide you with basic weapons and armor as needed.
Yeah, I'll just rely on my
tinned food.
Oh.
Like-
What was that?
Like one ration of tinned food each.
Lovely.
Okay.
Yeah, I will I'll forego any other rapier. I'll just use the conjured packed weapon.
So we can basically get the like common, uncommon stuff that we, or I should say non-magical.
The
stuff.
mundane, you can generally replace basic equipment. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
My plague mask is gone, isn't it?
Because I'm pretty sure your plague mask was just a mundane mask.
It was.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm. Also, like cloaks, gloves, things you were wearing to stave off plague, those are all gone. You're now vulnerable again, because it's not like the army came prepared for dealing with plague. Why would they? Anyway, all right. So, and now we're going to switch gears slightly. Inside the Evanescent Tower, it has been some time, and you've been talking. You've been talking with Saran. Apparently, there was a great battle with invaders, and he was knocked senseless. And when he came to, Lilith was gone, and he assumed that the invaders had slain her. He did not see her die. He did not even see the resolution of the battle at all. But he does not feel her presence. And he thinks that she must be dead, otherwise he would know. And he's kind of broken up about it. Like, it's not like he and Lilith are romantically involved or anything, but like she's a kind of motherly figure to him, basically. And he finishes his story and then kind of like sags down, drained and sad.
Aww. That little dragon. Mostly I would just want to assure him that like she's not dead until we've seen her body. Like he doesn't feel her, and that could be dark magic. That does not necessarily mean that she's dead, and that he should not lose hope, and that we will help him find her. And if she is dead, we will help him absolutely slay the people who murdered her. And honestly, if we find her and she's alive and they've hurt her, we will slay them anyhow. Like,
go ahead and make a persuasion check, please.
Oh, okay.
Just to see whether he believes you or doubts you.
18.
Yeah, he believes you. He says, well, then my hammer shall be yours. Not literally. It looks a bit too heavy for your dainty wrists. But I shall fight at your side.
Let's go get the others.
Fighting seems to be all I can do anymore. Anyway.
I'm sure you've other talents, but for now.
Eve is there as well.
Quite nicely.
She has kind of like, she fell asleep after using her power so strongly and has not awoken. It's been a couple of hours since then.
Okay.
Um, and the cliffhanger at the last session was that you heard pounding on the doors, but that happens now rather than in the past.
Okay.
So,
And so is Sparrow still there?
yeah, Sparrow's still there. You're
Okay.
there. You got your sword. You're wearing the robe that you were wearing.
Yeah, the
You remember
robes,
what happened last time?
the robes I looted off of the Mother Profane.
That's right.
I needed clothes. It's not.
Okay.
You also have
You had a fine outfit on. Thank you very much.
the profane mother's scepter and her clutch of holding.
That's her clutch of holding. God damn it.
Mhm.
All right. Well, with Eve asleep, I'll collect my sword. And kind of tuck it through the little belt again because my sheath is missing. Along with every other piece of gear I have, and yeah, I'll go and. Well, I was gonna go rejoin the others, but then the banging happened.
That's right.
So
Yeah. So
Thor
like
comes back out.
stillness falls throughout the tower, and Saran like teeth appear in his grimace, and he tightens his grip on his hammer. And he says, "It seems fighting will renew shortly."
Yes, let's.
I will.
Tarrant had a moment with our dragony friend here where he was not doing great, so I am gonna quickly assess him, and either he's well enough to fight or we're gonna have to like drag him and hide him somewhere.
Yeah, he is. He's like grimly bandaging himself, like cursing to himself while he's doing all this.
Not ideal.
I don't suppose you have any of that healing, princess.
Alas, no. But perhaps you could step off to the side. We may be under attack again.
Well, there's a couple of potions in the clutch. I'm not sure what they are, but if you want to play potion roulette, be my guest.
Let me see.
And she'll dig them out and hand them over.
All right, he pops one open. Healing potion. Just drinks that.
Good on.
And then he pops another one open. Cold. He hands that back to you.
Oh, all right. I'll put that. I'm guessing that's where the potion of healing greater and the potion of cold resistance that are in my inventory came from.
Yes.
They're also the just latest clutch of holding.
They're also just a couple of regular healing potions as well.
I see those. Did he use?
He drank one of the regular healing potions.
I will go ahead
he said,
and remove that.
Well, at least I'm not about to die anymore. That's good.
That is good.
Indeed.
Yes.
You should hang on to these others. You might need them if there's a battle.
Yes. Hopefully we don't.
You're hurt. You're hurt, Anji. You should.
It's fine.
Here, he gets the other regular healing potion. He hands it to Anji.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
That'll heal you 10 hit points.
Okay. I'm still a little busted up after that, but 10 is better than not.
Yeah.
I'm doing fine.
Yeah, you seem to have avoided suffering too much, Tarrant says.
Well, I did have a bit of an experience with Eve's powers, but I got her to calm down. She was scared.
Did you have an emotional moment? Tarrant's trying to,
That's none of your business.
Massaging his shoulder. He's all, no, I'm proud of you. That's the thing. I think you did well.
I don't...
I wouldn't have known what to do.
Disgusted. He turns away he's proud of me.
Your pride fills you with shame.
Right.
Anyway.
But yeah, with that, I'm gonna go, stealth closer to the door. I'm gonna get sneaky.
Okay. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
Yes. Stealth check. Oh, that's right. I have advantage on stealth. No, I don't. I don't have advantage on stealth because I'm not wearing that gear. I got a 10.
Okay.
So,
It's the terrain here is, treacherous. Like little pieces of rock crackle under your feet, and it's just hard to pick your way through here.
oh, which are still bare and covered in muck, probably.
Right,
Uh,
right.
we had to go tromping through a sewer barefoot is not. Oh, okay.
Uh,
Sneaky.
okay. All right. The doors open, and you find a relatively handsome, square-jawed elf in purifier armor standing there.
Why do I instantly hate that man?
And he says, "Ah, wait." And then he closes the door again.
Uh,
Okay.
I'll shoot a
So
quizzical look at the others, like what?
outside the tower, okay, switching gears to outside the tower. Um, Endrin, who went up to the tower first. He insisted on going up to the tower first. Comes back to you and he looks confused.
Everything okay there, big guy?
Those eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think these three should go first. Okay, so there's this army of purifiers outside the tower, and Mata is standing there with like just the trailing robe and this large mace that they carry. And they raise one eyebrow. Why is that exactly? And Endrin says, "Oh no, I think
your guys.
I think it would just work out best that way."
Yeah.
Fine, let's just get this over with.
Yeah. Let us scout ahead. We're good at that.
Besides, she trusts us. If she's up there, she'll never know hopefully never know there's an army waiting outside.
My lord, Isadora says. She accompanied you when you left for this mission. She got some rest, obviously, like she was napping while you were waiting in the drunk tank. But she's like her eyes are still somewhat hollow, and she still has bags under them from lack of rest. And she says, "I wish to accompany them."
Are you sure?
And Endrin says, "No, no, that's ridiculous, my love. You should wait behind." And Mata raises one hand and says, "If that is what you wish." And Isadora nods. And then she comes with you. Endrin looks a little unhappy about that.
Well, I can take some solace in that fact. I will lean into Isadora and just be like, "Are you sure you're okay? You look exhausted."
Who isn't?
There. Well, stick close.
Besides Endrin. You see him like behind.
Like, that's a person that's like making their pec stance like under their armor.
Yeah.
The elf version of Gaston.
Yeah, it's the elf version of Gaston. That's a good description.
I will cast a look at Endrin, look back at Isadora, and I'll just go, "Really?"
It wasn't strictly my choice.
I nailed it.
All right. Well.
Look, things are complicated.
Well, let's try not to die from this situation first, and then we can resolve that one.
Agreed.
Yes. Shall we? All right.
Okay.
Moving ahead.
So yeah, you head up to the gate. And before, when you approached the Evanescent Spire, it was pristine, untouched. There's this feeling of tranquility and calm and transcendence around it. Also, there was only a door when there needed to be a door, when you approached because you were invited in. Now the door is permanently there, and it looks slightly off, like offset from its hinges, like it has suffered some violence and it has dislodged it slightly. You can also tell that the stone of the door is cracked. Somebody had forced it open.
Well, this seems terrible.
Yes, this is
And
concerning.
the threshold is muddy, and you see muddy boot prints. So when you open the door, you see the entrance is full of that same mud and scuffed boot prints, and also a number of like pieces of rubble from like marble that have just fallen into this entryway.
No.
Crap.
There are stairs at the other side of the entryway that spiral up to the next level. They're basically free-floating stairs that come out of the wall. Some of them have also been broken off. Still navigable, but difficult. There's obviously a huge pile of rock that has fallen into the center of the tower as well. And you see light flickering from above. The floor above has partly collapsed.
Well,
Okay.
You don't see any people in here.
let's keep moving. Scout ahead. But I don't like what we might find.
Sparrow, you feel this strange shiver on your spine, as though something is looking at you. But it's more like the feeling you get when you're not sure if the reflection in the mirror is really your reflection or someone looking back at you. That's the feeling you have.
Great. That's making me feel great right now. Yeah, she'll kind of shift uncomfortably. Let's keep moving, and she'll head for the
Isadora
stairs.
touches you on the arm and she says, "What's wrong?"
There's a moment where she just kind of like she doesn't want to say anything, but she just kind of something just feels strange here, like
You
I'm
are
being
afraid.
watched.
I've never seen you afraid.
I wouldn't go that far. She's lying.
Yeah. And everyone could tell. Like,
Yeah.
Sounder and Oriana are like,
Where were you?
You talking to Isadora?
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, we literally saw Sparrow afraid about that bone monster.
That's true.
Oh, okay. She says, "No, you're right. You're right. Sorry. I'm just not used to it. You seem so calm and in charge and in command."
Now it's Ori's turn to like look at Isadora like.
To be
What?
fair, Sparrow is usually fairly composed, so seeing her like full tilt, like fearful, is not common. Like,
Well,
out of
and you're
character,
also
I'm pointing that out.
this is also one of those instances where, different people see people differently.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Cause like the calm, composed, in charge. It's not necessarily.
And Hori's like,
Snort.
Yeah.
I would like
All
to
right.
make a note. When we come in, Sounder makes a point to close the door behind them.
Okay. It doesn't fit quite fully, but you do close it.
Ori also, for
See-
the record, has Audrey and her rod out.
Okay.
Well,
I feel like Eric and Jen are gonna get this. I'm picturing the door to the bathroom on my boat. How it's like it's not in the track right, and you have to like jiggle it, and it never closes all the way.
Yeah, kind of like that.
yeah.
Yes.
We all have things that get to us. That's all. I'll be fine.
She says, I would protect you with magic if you would accept it.
All right.
Okay. She briefly intones a spell. And I'm just going to look this up to make sure I'm casting the right thing on you here. Yes. Okay, she casts heroism on you.
Oh, okay.
And actually, she's going to cast the spell on everyone, or at least the three of you.
Hey,
So
Eric,
what that?
quick question.
Yes.
So, the door is not 100% on its hinges, but is it closed enough for an arcane lock to affect it?
Yes.
Cool. That it is being arcanely locked.
Okay. All right. So yeah, she casts the heroism on you, and that's a concentration spell. So she's continuing to concentrate on it. And what that does is that it gives you 4 temporary hit points at the start of your turn, and it makes you immune to being frightened.
Oh. Lovely.
I know you haven't had a cleric for so long; you just forget what some of their things do. Anyway, so
4 temporary?
4 temporary hit points.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. You are getting hungry, by the way.
All right.
Like your metabolism in Nightside has been just terrible for the last several days. Like the plague is just making you get hungry faster and get tired faster and all of that. In fact, you realize that you're very, very hungry. Did anyone actually eat the oatmeal that Endrin provided?
I didn't get any.
Sounder did.
So.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Like, I mean, Ori would have split hers with Sparrow. And,
Okay.
Like,
Yeah,
if
Sparrow
So-
accepted.
Sparrow was down. Yeah.
So Ori
Mhm.
and Sparrow are very hungry, and Sounder's just somewhat hungry.
Okay.
Like I'm talking like ravenous, gnawing hunger.
Ah,
Do you want to eat the tinned rations that they gave you?
yeah, take a moment to eat the rations.
Okay, you open
Yeah.
it up. It looks like what we in the modern world would think of as cat food.
Ah.
Oh, so not quite spam.
Not quite.
We would be lucky to have spam. Sparrow will just kind of make a very disgusted face and then start eating it.
Okay. So Sparrow and Ori, you are somewhat hungry, and Sounder, you are sated for the moment.
Well,
Okay.
we're not going to have... I'm sure they're going to try to follow us in at some point. We should probably continue looking around.
I bought us a little bit of time.
Thank
Hopefully
you,
we can get some
Sounder.
answers before they catch up.
Yeah, at the very least, Sparrow has gone from scared but hiding it to uncomfortable but hiding it. Though, you two know her well enough, you would know that the signs, the ticks, the little tells that she's disturbed and uncomfortable.
Okay.
And she'll start heading up the stairs, because might as well
Great.
power through it.
I
You
feel like Ori is just kind of like her shadow. Just like not, saying anything explicitly, but just there.
okay. So you climb up the stairs, and you get up to the sitting room, which was like this peaceful place to relax and meditate before, with couches and windows and a bathtub and all of that Lilith greeted you in. But it's in a shambles now. Part of the floor is caved in from what appears to be a massive strike, like maybe a boulder fell, maybe a meteor. It's hard to say. And also, you see Anji standing there.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, that's good.
this is quite fortuitous.
Talking with Tarant, who was sitting on the couch.
Yeah, we
That
were looking.
wasn't an attack at all. Won't you look at that? Lovely.
No. Don't get ahead of yourself.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
no, we
Did
mean
you-
what we just heard was you, and unless you're here to do us harm, no. No, see, what you're missing is that Lilith
Door
is
knock,
missing.
that wasn't us.
Oh,
Lilith is missing.
Lilith is
We
missing.
didn't knock.
Okay.
Ooh, not good.
Do you know why, how, or because there's a whole army out there, looking to believing that she's responsible for the plague.
Oh well,
A shadow falls across Oriana, and you see this massive hammer just starting to descend.
No,
Whoa!
darling, no, she's our friend.
It just stops.
Okay.
She's our friend. We're going to have a chat.
Ori's hands have like
going
Eldritch
to have a
Blast
chat.
energy tackling around.
Anji,
Theron
you
is
two-
standing there. He was ready to smite you with
wait.
his hammer.
We're going to not with the hammer at the moment. Although, according to my friends here, there may be an army out front that would use a good pummeling just when you get the chance. But at the moment, pause, wait, darling.
Anji, how did you get here? This-
Pharaoh.
It's the other spare.
I helped. Tarant goes, my
He-
ribs.
Yeah, take it easy, darling.
Hey,
Oh,
Good.
that is some additional news I have to share with you.
Where's Eve?
Eve, she's right over there, and she
Eve peeks out from behind a couch. Hello.
There you
She's-
are, sweetie. I'm so
she's-
glad you're okay.
She
she's
hurries
doing well.
over and just hugs Sounder's leg.
Anyone with the plague, Eve can well, I mean, look at him, he's fine. I mean, save the wounds, but that wasn't plague, that was him.
Okay.
It's all right. It's all
Right.
dear. But Sparrow, there's two of you.
what?
I'm sorry. What?
Since when?
You're over there,
Sure
So-
enough.
over here.
Sure enough,
I
you
don't
see
know
another
which
sparrow
of-
step out from behind that couch where Eve was hiding.
The
Holding
concern
the
I have
sword.
is that
There's
Eve
point
was
moment.
fine
There's a
with that
Spider-Man
one.
point moment.
And she had the sword, and I don't know that the real Silver Sparrow would have given up her sword, and so I don't know who you are. But I don't think that Oriana would have fallen for a false Silver Sparrow, and so I don't know who you are. And
And there will be a moment
it for
where
Brandy.
it's like that's my sword, and the other sparrow.
That's
will-
my armor.
Yeah.
The other sparrow.
Okay.
Perhaps I have
so
got a nip of
which of
Brandy.
you got blown up?
That one got blown up, and then she was at an altar and covered in
But
sexy things, and she skewered the profane mother, and she was attached right to the wall with the sword, and it was dreadful. And then I got her dress, but then she
Wait.
stole the profane mother's clothing, and
I
she's
feel
still
like
wearing
the
it
other
now. But she
sparrow
didn't
would
steal her
protest
shoes, which
in
was
the-
quite a.
Okay,
You
Allie,
killed
which
the
sparrow?
profane mother?
All right, first of all, Allie,
Yeah.
which sparrow are you playing?
I'm gonna play the one with Anji right now.
Okay.
I did no such thing. I did not
you-
skewer her.
Someone did, and they used your sword.
Yes, well, I was kind
Yes,
of
well, that's a
unconscious
fact.
on an altar at the time, so don't
And-
start with me right now.
You don't
She's
know
all-
that.
It sounds kind of like nobody witnessed anything other than the profane mother getting killed with your blade.
If
Nobody
it's
witnessed
an
anything.
accusation, I'm just trying to
He
give
was
credit where
already
it's
dead
due.
when they got there.
I also want to point out that she is wearing the robe that the profane mother is known to wear when she does services,
And is carrying her handbag.
and has her handbag and has the scepter
Anji!
that she conducts services with in her other hand.
Is she still coated in the runes and stuff?
I don't know. I don't think she's washed those
She
off.
She
did
didn't
not
wash.
wash them off, no.
So like
Um,
if there's
can
like
I
sleeves or
identify-
All right, so you go over to the other sparrow.
Yeah,
Make an
I'm
Arcana
tense
check.
right now.
I
Super
am-
tense.
Or it's like,
handbags.
Ori is like in that both Sparrow would recognize as being both some sort of magical combination of being incredibly pissed off
And incredibly turned on.
incredibly paranoid, and also just like trying to be professional.
But also a little bit turned on.
Oh yeah.
So Oriana moves away from the sparrow who came to the tower, pulling out of her grasp.
The dice are not with me tonight. I
Oh,
rolled
no.
a 3, so with my bonus, that's an 8.
No, the runes are strange. They don't look like anything that you've. Well, they look vaguely familiar, like you might have seen something like this once or twice before, but they're not something that you're familiar with.
That's right.
Basically,
I think I rolled a
out-
3 trying to
I'm
figure out
trying
what they
to-
were yesterday.
I'm basically trying to figure out does this look like Hellfire iconography or something?
It does not.
Okay.
It's
what was
definitely
the-
not. Okay, Allie.
What was the name of the lord, the guy we were talking about last time?
Lord
Lord
Robillard.
Robillard?
Yes. And she'll say, look, I don't know what's going on, but I know, at least according to Evening, Lord Robillard might have something to do with this. Lord Robillard being the gentleman that we tried to rob all that
Yes, I remember
Hey.
that.
ago.
We remember him.
Okay, so can the two sparrows do me a favor?
Like, that depends on what the favor is.
Depends on what the.
Can you come
Favor is-
here so I can try something?
I'm not sure that's a good
I-
idea. What happens if...
Are-
Never
Question:
mind.
Are they talking as one? Like
Yeah.
synonymously?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Well, they're slightly off.
So Sauron and I are gonna like sort of walk to where he's kind of looming in such a way that would encourage them to step towards Sounder.
Mm.
Okay.
We're looming.
Okay.
All right.
The one who entered the tower starts over in that direction, but Isadora holds her back.
Ori's also going to just take the scepter of the profane mother from Sparrow.
I mean, I was going to give it to you anyway.
idea?
We were trying to find you. We thought Evening could heal you. But you seem...
Sparrow, you have this very strong moment of deja vu. Like you've seen something like this before. Looking at yourself like a reflection, and you're holding Ori's hand, but your reflection is holding Isadora's hand.
She'll go completely still at that. No, I don't
And
like this.
and the sparrow who just entered into the tower smiles at you. Like her smile is wider than her face should be able to accommodate.
All right, I am
And then
lunging.
the shadow rapier blade appears coming out of Isadora's chest.
Ah!
Yeah, lunging
that in.
now.
Answers that.
Initiative.
And it is on that note that we
Wait,
shall
wait,
take a break, and then we shall roll initiative. That's right. No, don't go away. We'll be back soon. All right, and we're back. All right, so I'm going to need those initiatives, please.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Mhm.
Especially since I made the great executive decision of picking the sparrow that doesn't have most of her gear.
Yep.
Really?
No, that was a good call.
4.
Oh my gosh! Oh, you did worse than me. I did 5.
Well,
11.
in my defense, Sparrow is very surprised.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Who's carrying the team?
And Sounder, what was your initiative, Sounder?
Oh, 22.
Cool.
Oh yeah. And then we have our NPC friends.
Yes,
We love them.
Ryan.
We love
let's see.
them. We love them.
Okay. Um, Saran got a 12. And Tarant got a 15. Okay. So,
And is Eve gonna help?
not immediately.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so Sounder, you actually get to go first. So, from your perspective, well, what does this look like from your perspective, would you say? There are the two
So-
sparrows.
Sounder, who had been sitting there like, hey, come over here to me, was doing her best to look between them both equally, because her suspicion was, considering she split that stupid gem in two, was that some kind of shenanigans was going on with that. What she didn't anticipate was the one that they walked in with to be the one to stab someone on their side.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
So, what action are you going to take?
I'm going to let me see what that actually is. No, that is a reaction. I will not do that. I will not waste my reaction. No, instead I'm actually going to... Yep, I'm going to mage armor because apparently I forgot to put that on.
Okay.
And if allowed, I'm going to do some hardcore casting and hit fake sparrow with an infestation.
Okay.
That is a constitution save of DC 14.
Okay. Fake Sparrow did not make the save. So
Cool.
What happens?
Fake Sparrow takes 6 points of poison damage, and let me double check. Moves 5 feet in a random direction if they can move.
Okay. Yep.
And you roll a d4 for direction.
Okay. Hang on. Okay. That is going to be to the side, to the right. The sparrow's right, not your right. That sparrow staggers away from Isadora, who then collapses to the ground.
And I'm actually going to move.
And she's like scraping at like invisible bugs off of her, right? Okay. And you're going to move just kind of farther away?
No, I'm actually going to move between Fake Sparrow and Isadora.
Okay. Okay. So you're putting yourself right there. All right. She looks at
my
you,
tusks at her,
and she has this unnaturally wide smile. And she
says,
that
thing from before, aren't you?
She says, "You would use pests against pestilence."
What better way to kill a pest than a vermin?
Yeah, she's going to attack you because it's her turn next. So, yeah, she takes a stab at Founder with that Shadow Blade. That's going to be a 15. Does that hit?
Does meets beats.
Yeah.
Then it just
that
barely
means
hits.
That means she does partial damage. Is how
Okay.
we adjudicate that.
Cool, because my armor is 15.
A glancing blow.
Yeah, a glancing blow. I mean, it's still 6 damage. So it would have been 12, but it's 6 in this case. And that damage type is psychic damage.
Oh, ow.
Okay.
Biggie squeal.
And please make a Constitution saving throw.
That's fair. Ouch. That is a 5.
Okay. You have a kind of like dizzying, headache, moment of the world spinning around you as you are infected by the plague.
Cool. Has the buzzing sound returned?
Oh, yes. You can now hear it very, very loud.
Great.
And she says, death comes for all. All right, it is Tarant's turn. He is going to do something that isn't super obvious to the battle as it is. So we're going to move on to Saron. So he looks to Anji like for a cue of what he should do.
Wait, look, I don't know what to do here.
Okay, he's gonna rush forward and attack the fake sparrow. Oh, okay. So he swings his massive hammer and she just leaps into the air. It's kind of like leaping and floating at the same time.
Rude.
And the hammer slams into the ground, cracks another part of the floor. Now you all see what happened to the floor in the first place. And I'm going to need Sounder to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Let me see if I got anything that's
This is great.
He rolled a 1, so he's breaking the floor unintentionally this time.
Which is better than last time.
That's true.
Nope, I don't have anything to add to that. Youch, that's an 11.
Okay. You do manage to keep your feet, or at least you don't keep your feet, but you don't
Fall to my death.
down through the floor. So he cracks open the floor. You manage to stagger back, and you fall onto your backside. So you are prone, but you did not fall through, which is probably for the best.
Yeah.
Ron himself doesn't fall through either, but he does. He staggers back and then looks around, swinging the hammer, looking for his target. The other sparrow has floated away and is now hovering over you with this shadowy blade in one hand and this growing ball of black energy in the other hand. Ori's turn.
Not fair.
So
Those are things that the real sparrow can't do. That's not fair.
So, first of all, since I'm holding the profane mother's rod,
Yeah.
does that do anything? Like, do I feel anything, or?
Okay. So its power seems to kind of like reach out to you and egg you on to invoke it.
I kind of want to, yes.
Who are you to deny the will of the scepter?
Okay. A column of red and black flame pours down through the tower, and flame strikes the fixed sparrow, who then immediately makes a saving throw. Okay, she dodged it partly,
Okay.
Oh.
but it's still a lot of damage. So let's see here. 1 second. Just want to make sure I get this correct. All right. Okay, that is going to be 4d6 fire damage and 4d6 necrotic damage.
Ooh.
So why don't you go ahead and roll that, Jen? It's not quite the same as a typical flame strike spell.
No, it's not.
Mm-mm.
My cool Phoenix dice.
Hey, Phoenix dice. Dice that have risen from the ashes.
Yeah, I was given
Oh, so while Jen is rolling, I'll just tell you.
But it's
Phoenix
46.
dice, yes, 4d6, and then also another 4d6. And tell me those two results individually. Phoenix dice are made of all recycled materials, like the bird that rises from the ashes to live again, maybe to roll more natural 20s for you. And you can go get an excellent discount at our Discord or just through the link in the doobly-doo down below.
When we get to me,
We are
I'll
also,
be using my
It
North
is-
Foundry.
yeah,
13 fire, 10 necrotic.
okay. Let's see. Just down to...
Well, if she's a flat copy, she's got necrotic resistance.
Not so much fire resistance now. That's
No,
because
no.
that wasn't a flame strike spell. That was a hellfire strike spell, which is different.
Or you
Okay.
kind of like looks at the scepter like.
Which is still crackling with flame.
That's
Mhm.
neat.
That's real neat. Okay, it is in fact Anji's turn next. Unless Ori had something else to do, like you had a bonus action thing you wanted to do.
I do not think I have a bonus.
Okay, we'll go to Anji. Anji's turn.
I'm going to shoot her because a bullet can reach where she is right now.
That is correct.
I love that Anji is both the power of friendship and this gun she's known.
She
Yes.
uses the power of bardic magic and the power of American magic.
Right. It's me, my music, and Mr. Smith & Wesson at your service. Okay, that was only a 6 to hit.
Okay, so the bullet whizzes past, no effect. I guess rather than the Smith and Wesson, it's a flint and lock. Anyway, but
Yeah.
like you fire it and the bullet goes past to no effect.
We're talking 1800s tech here, so it's like
Yeah.
it's probably more like a
She's a little dueling pistol.
Yeah.
She's a little,
Well-
yeah.
Smith and Wesson were making weapons in the
Yeah.
1800s, weren't they?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all right, fair enough. Okay, Sparrow's turn next.
All right. One point of quick clarification.
Yes.
What are we? I know we're not adopting the 2024 rules. Are we at least adopting that potions are a bonus action?
Yes.
Okay.
We have always done it that way. We will always do it that way. Thank you,
Okay.
wizards.
Yes. Anyway, would it be the same to administer it to someone else?
Okay, so here's the house rule on potions. It is the bonus action to just use potion. That's just in the rules, specifically the 2024 rules. 2014 rules were a little less so about this. It is the bonus action to administer potion to yourself. If you do that, you roll the healing.
Right.
If you spend a whole action to consume a potion, then you heal the full amount that potion could have healed you. Okay?
Okay.
So that's like you're taking a concerted effort to make sure you get the whole thing in your
Right.
mouth, right? If you administer it to another person, it is either an action to administer it, in which case you roll. If you spend your whole turn doing that, then they get the full amount of healing.
Okay. So I have to basically decide between trying to help Isadora or taking a pot shot at fake me.
Yes, it's like you're having a character decision, moral crisis moment. Which
I'm
will
not
she
even.
choose, violence or protection?
I'm not even gonna have her think about it, especially because she's flashing back to some of the stuff she saw in that brief time between getting blown up and waking up on the altar. So she's not even gonna think about it. She's like in that she goes from that lunge where all this stuff is happening to doesn't even break stride, rushes over and falls to her knees next to Isadora and is already reaching into the purse of holding and like popping the and I'll have her take her full action to give her the greater healing potion.
Okay, great. All right, so yeah, you start administering that potion to Isadora,
I'm not
and you
dying
see
here.
that black veins have started to spread across Isadora's skin, like she's being infected by the plague in a super fast manner.
And so at that point, Sparrow will go, Eve!
Okay, round 2, Sounder. So the ground is unstable because of what Sauron did. If you are going to try and move, then you might have to attempt acrobatics to avoid falling over. And it is difficult terrain.
I ain't moving.
You are currently prone. You can stand up safely, although you don't have to if you're just doing a thing from prone.
I am gonna stand up just because I don't want that one to swoop down on me and get advantage of me being prone. And I'm gonna cast Silvery Barbs because, of course.
I think that's a reaction, right?
It is.
Forgetting that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can read. That is a reaction.
Yeah, so that's like something you cast when someone attacks you, right?
Or someone else. So scrap that. I did not cast that.
Okay. No worries.
Instead, I'm going to cast Catapult because that's what I do.
Okay.
Upcast that. I'm going to pick up some of this rubble.
Piece of marble.
Yeah. Thanks, Sauron.
Okay.
And I'm gonna upcast that. Wait, stop that. Stop doing that. Just stop that. We're upcasting that. Do the thing.
I do like the concept of just picking up an object and just turning it into a railgun round.
It's her favorite thing. So
right,
that is 21 points of bludgeoning.
Okay. Is there a saving throw or a roll to hit or something?
It should be roll to hit. I don't know why I didn't roll.
I will write down 21 though, just to remember.
Not that. Just roll the thing. And since it's being a butt, 1 second. I have to do this the manual way. That is 18 plus 6 is 24.
Yeah, that definitely hits. All right, so
yeah.
You send this piece of marble with intense speed and force right into the Gloom Sparrow. And it knocks her spinning through the air.
And I might be infected with the plague, so I'm coughing a bit, but I am going to laugh about it.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my bonus action to shift.
Okay. And what does that look like when you're doing the shifting?
So as rugged and robust as Sounder is on a good day, more so, just that kind of hulking sense of, like any, were creature in the midst of getting ready to shift. But in Sounder's case, it's the kind of hair and bristle that she usually has just becomes more prominent, the tusks more so prominent, and her snout and ears also more prominent.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
So you've got an armored pig woman.
Embracing your animal side. Excellent. Okay. It is Gloom Sparrow's turn. And
Gloom Sparrow.
Gloom Sparrow. That's right. And what she is going to do is, in her hand, the shadowy blade turns instead into a throwing blade, and she is going to hurl it at Oriana. And she says, "You cannot protect the things that you love." Hurls that at Oriana. So, That's going to be a 17 to hit, Oriana. Does that hit?
That does hit.
Okay.
But I am also going to hellishly review at second level.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
Well, first we'll resolve that.
All right, so it does. Sorry, I rolled the wrong thing. It does 11 psychic damage to you.
Okay.
And then your infernal rebuke, she makes a saving throw, right?
Give me a sec. Does the psychic damage go through the temporary hit points or no?
Yes, it does hit the temporary hit points, so reduce those first.
Okay, so that becomes 7.
I mean, technically, Isadora is not really concentrating on the heroism anymore.
Oh.
But the temporary hit points do still remain.
Okay, cool.
It's like you still feel a little bit of her power still encouraging you on.
Okay. Hellish Rebuke is dexterity saving throw.
Okay. What's her DC?
The save is 15.
Yeah, unfortunately, she did make it.
Okay.
So
you still take half damage.
Okay, great.
And she just points and goes, "How dare you!" So since I cast it at second level, that's half of 3d10.
Aren't you a 6th level warlock?
Yes, but it says when you cast a spell using a second level or high spell slot of second level or higher, damage increases by 1d10 for each slot level above first. So if I'm casting it at second level,
because your warlock spells.
Third level.
Your warlock spells are 3rd level slots.
Yeah, 3rd level. Sorry,
Okay.
Okay, so then that's 4d10, right?
That sounds right.
Okay, so we'll just have that. So that would be 15 fire damage in half. So 7?
7. Okay. All right, yeah. Flames lick over her, and she cries out, and more in frustration than in actual pain.
Yeah.
Okay. So another of those blades comes flying for Anji, and Anji, you see it coming, and then a force shoves you out of the way. Tarant has shoved you out of the way, and the blade just shatters against the wall to no effect. Okay, that's what he was doing.
That was abrupt.
You roll over and roll a d10 for me, please.
Eight.
Okay, you end up on top of the pile.
Okay.
And Trunk's like, "Oh, my spleen."
Yes, well, that wasn't intentional on my part.
Sure. Keep telling yourself that. But he's smiling. It's fine. Okay. Saran's turn. So he raises his hammer over his head, and it bathes in light, and he projects this beam of light up at the Shadow Sparrow. But she floats around it, and it does not hit her. Okay, Anji's turn.
I tried with a bullet, and that didn't work, so we're gonna try with magic this time. Cloud of Daggers.
Okay.
Why have spell slots if I'm not gonna use them? Okay, and that is.
You conjure a cloud of daggers in the air where the sparrow is.
19 piercing damage.
Man, I keep rolling the same result when I rolled low on this d20. Okay, so what's the DC that she has to make?
That
Like
was
15, 16, 17, something like that?
Hey, Eric, can
literally
you check your
she
PubNub?
literally
Yeah,
she
hold on.
doesn't.
Is my pub not working? No,
None
it's
on
not
my end.
working. I don't know. Okay, let me reload it. Technical difficulties, 1 second. Okay,
I could just edit
I'm
this
gonna
out.
send you a new link.
Please?
I don't know. Sometimes PubNub just decides to stop working all spontaneously. All right, so let's give Allie a second to reset that.
And yeah, just to answer the thing you posted earlier, because I haven't been able to check the messages because I don't have that open. Everyone's in the right place on my side, so.
Great.
But yeah, I'll just edit this bit out. Okay. Say something.
Yo, we good to go?
Yep. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Cloud of Daggers.
Okay, Cloud of Daggers. She has no way to avoid this. It's a 5-foot cube of daggers, and literally the mechanics are like she's just gonna take the damage, which is 6d4 because I'm casting it at 3rd level, which came to 19.
Okay. Yeah, there is no attacker save.
There is,
Ha ha ha! Ooh. All right. No. You conjure this cloud of daggers, and it's how much? How much damage did you say? 19?
It was 19 piercing.
Oh wow. Okay. She was like, I will destroy you all. Okay, yes, sure enough, the daggers burst into her body, stab her all over, and her body bursts apart into motes of darkness. But Sounder, you can hear that buzzing sound, very, very loud buzzing sound. Oriana, you can hear it as well, in fact.
Oh.
You have that familiar sensation of once again being infected by the plague.
I hate that.
Yay! And that is now a cloud of pestilence, rodents, and well, not rodents, but bugs that are flying around and buzzing around in the air.
Okay.
And then that cloud starts to descend towards Sounder. Sparrow, your turn.
Oh, great.
Oh, and it's descending toward you as well because you're right there, and Isadora. Okay, you called for Eve. Eve comes running over to you, and she says, "What? What do I do? What do I do?"
Whatever you did for Terrance.
Okay, she grabs your arm, and she puts her other hand on Isadora's chest, and you feel this draining power, just like pulling your life essence out of you. Let's see. Roll a d6, please.
Okay.
Can we see this from where we are?
Oh yeah, you can see all this going down.
Okay.
1.
Great. You lose 1 hit die.
Okay.
And some healing power goes into Isadora. Yeah, you can see the spirits starting to swirl around her like they did earlier when she was invoking her power before. They have this faint green tinge to them.
You need more. Can you take it from that? And I'll look at the cloud.
That is death. I can only take death from death. I can only take life from the living.
Never mind then. Take what you need. Just don't kill me.
No promises. She clamps down harder on your arm and pulls more life essence out of you. Would you like to try and help her?
Yes.
Hey, roll another d6, please.
4.
4. You lose 4 more hit dice.
Ah.
Does that take you to 0?
I don't believe so, because you have the number of hit dice equal to your level, correct?
Correct.
So I have 1 more.
When you awakened on the altar, were you at full hit dice?
I think so.
Hmm.
Unless you have another thought on that.
No, okay. You're down to 1 hit die.
Okay.
1 hit die remaining. Okay.
While this is going on, Tarant will notice I've just like grabbed a hold of his hand.
Okay.
While she's doing that, can I actually use
your hand back?
Can I use my turn to like shoot an Eldritch Blast at the?
No, because it was your action to push your life essence through her.
I'll.
It is going to be Sounder, however, at the start of round 3. Sounder who gets to save the day. What's Sounder going to do? So you see this cloud of plague insects descending toward you.
Mm-hmm.
And Sparrow, you are not infected with the plague, so you can't actually see these things.
Okay.
You can faintly hear a buzzing sound. Anji, you can't see them either. Only Ori and Sounder can see them. All right, Sounder, what you gonna do?
Inside this place, about how far are we from the army below?
So the second floor is about 20 feet up from the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And then the army is encamped about 40 feet out from the door. So you're about 60 feet or so from where Mata would be standing.
Okay. Okay. All right, I know what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
So let me double check that I can do this before I just do it, because that would be not cool if I just did that. Yeah, it just says a cantrip. So, for my action, I'm going to upcast Magic Missile at this thing.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I have no method to highlight the creature, but yeah, we're gonna upcast that. Come on, why are you gonna do it like that? So 2 more after 3. So I have 5 of those. Come on, do the thing. Okay, so that was. Why are you doing this to me? Well, the last 3 that I can see are 4, 5, and 3. I think the first one was also 5, but I don't know what the one in the middle was.
Dang. Okay. Wow. All right.
I'm just gonna roll it again since I can't see it anymore. That's a 2.
Okay. So the cloud, your missiles of force blow holes in the cloud,
Mm-hmm.
But
Probably not too
it
much.
is still descending, and it is weakened, but it's still there. There are still insects buzzing around.
I act after Sounder.
Yeah, the Gloom Sparrow goes next.
Okay.
Oh,
The pieces of the Gloom Sparrow. Oh dear.
The cloud.
Correct.
The
The
pieces.
pieces of the cloud.
The pieces.
Basically, Ori would yell at Sounder to duck.
Okay. The
So
cloud.
for one sec.
Mhm.
My bonus action, I'm going to use message.
Mhm.
And the message I send is to Mata,
Mhm.
because I hope I can reach Mata from here.
Mhm.
And it is the password to the arcane lock on the door,
Okay.
followed by second floor cloud of plague.
Okay. The cloud descends around you.
If it hits me, I'm using my reaction for that silvery barbs.
Okay, it's not an
I'm
attack.
so glad you did that.
Cool.
You have no idea how glad I am you did that, because Anji doesn't know you locked the door. She's about to do something stupid.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
The cloud descends around you, and
If you use your bonus action, you'll have a reaction.
yeah, it's separate
Yes.
from a
Okay,
reaction.
cool. Because I have been with GMs who have run it as the same thing.
Oh, no. That's totally wrong. Sorry. Those GMs are wrong.
That's wrong.
Cool.
Okay. All right, Sounder, make a Constitution saving throw, please.
This is great. This is fine. I'm gonna die.
Get that out of your head.
I'm gonna die. That's a 7.
Okay. So you're you feel just like this gnawing, crunching sensation within your body, like all your muscles seize up, and you grow increasingly ill with the plague.
I've been there.
You can see black veins starting to spread across your skin, and you feel weak, and like it becomes brighter in here, like the light is just harmful for your eyes. Okay. Ori.
Okay. So I want to. Is the cloud still around Sounder?
It is.
I want to cast Burning Hands, but angling the cone to basically.
You just
assuming
like
she
slide in there next to Ori and go like that.
Yeah, basically exactly that.
You want
assuming
to-
Sounder listened and ducked.
Do you want to use it through the scepter?
Yeah, I'm imagining she's got the packed rod and the other rod and is just doing one of these kind of things.
Okay. The scepter adds an additional 3 dice of damage to your burning hands. So go ahead and make your roll.
Okay.
Do you like the sliding idea?
I do.
I think
that
that's
was literally how it
Ori
was in my
comes
brain.
sliding in.
That was literally how I was imagining it in my brain.
You're holding the scepter and you.
So it says they also make a dex saving throw. I don't know if
The cloud's not all that dexterous.
Okay, cool. Thank God. Okay, so here's the bait. Ooh. So without the bonus damage, it does 18 fire damage.
Okay.
And then you said I get how many dice for the rod?
Additional 3 dice.
So that's another 1. 4. Oop. 2. So another 6, 7. So 25.
Okay.
25 fire at the cloud.
All right. Your fire disperses the cloud. Like when the flames and light clears, and that light is really bright, Sounders. When it clears, the cloud is no more.
Okay. All right. Okay. Sparrow? How's Isadora? Sounder, are you okay?
Sparrow, would you please roll one more d6, please? 3. Okay. You lose your last hit die.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. You then take 9 points of necrotic damage.
Okay. Is that already?
Although your resistance does reduce it, so
Okay.
you just take 4 points damage.
As like, it actually starts to like probably impact the flesh of her arm.
Yeah, your skin and the flesh beneath start unraveling, especially.
How much more do you need?
The black veins have disappeared on Isadora, and Eve, who is draining life from you and putting it into Isadora, says that's enough, and she lets go of both things. Isadora is lying there. There's this kind of like shadow that passes over her face and disperses out from the touch to her chest. And then her eyes flutter open. And she looks up at Sparrow. Oh. You're alive. I'm alive.
Yes. You're all right.
She reaches up and hugs Sparrow.
Oh. That kind of like awkward, tense moment, and then Sparrow will just kind of relent and one arm hug because the other arm's kind of messed up.
Okay.
If we call that square.
I think it's over.
And then you hear booted feet on the ground floor below you, as the soldiers have come through the previously arcane locked door.
Oh.
And I
Splendid.
think that's a good time to end it for tonight. Come back next week for the final episode of Greymantle Season 3 and see how this all shakes out. I have been Eric Scott to be DM of this game. Thank you for coming along with us on this journey of horror and love and passion and terror, and it's been great, and I've appreciated every single one of you. I can't wait for the finale. Take it away, Allie.
Hi, everybody. I'm Alexander Pitchford, or Allie for short. I played Sparrow. I hope you all have enjoyed the craziness that was the last 2 episodes. It's only going to get crazier from here, I'm sure. I have writing around on the interwebs. Check out my Patreon at patreon.com/AlexanderPitchford. I have short stories, snippets of works in progress that you can check out. And seriously, it's like $1 at the lowest tier, so no reason not to, right? Next.
I'll go next.
Yes.
Hello, I'm Jen. Today I played Oriana Devereaux, also known as the Vainglory. Your saucy tiefling warlock, who is now just like, how in the heck does this otherworldly creature know my name and want to get in some sort of contract with me? Don't like that. Hate all of it. In fact, but you know what I don't hate is the amazing stuff at SavageBears.com.
Right.
With which makes amazing, yeah, because I make amazing nerdy apparel and accessories that are super great for leveling up your look on and off the table. I also have a Patreon myself where you can check out my cool artwork. There's lots of stuff too for just joining for free, which is just patreon.com/Savage Sparrow. Otherwise, I'm Savage Sparrow on various places of the internet, and I want to thank Phoenix Dice for helping me with the fire damage rolls, because that was great. Porta.
Hi, I'm Forta. I also go by Lex. You can find me all over the internet at Fortaver, Fortvar, with and without the dash between. That is not spelled correctly on subtitles, ignore that. Except for where I'm LexArts with 2 X's. I need to stop reading that. I illustrate, I play games. I have a Patreon at LexArts with 2 X's, where I'm giving out royalty-free art. So I do things. Look at them. Look at my things.
Awesome.
Read my posts, boy.
And I'm Amanda Cherry. I am the weirdo that does not have a Patreon. What I do have, though, is a Savage Sparrow Designs dress in the mail to me. It should be here in time for me to wear it for the finale. That is the plan. It is pink like Anji, my delightful tiefling bard, who is mostly for decoration. I do need everyone to remember that it was fixing to be my turn. And when the soldiers came running up the stairs, Anji said, "Splendid." She's about to do the single most foolish thing I have ever done in a D&D game, and I think you all will want to tune in for that, because it's going to be
excited.
Hilarious. I will probably get drunk enough at a party tonight to spill the beans to Eric, and so he too will cackle with fiendish delight at my evil plan. Until then, you can find me online on all the relevant socials at Manda the Ginger. My website is thegingervillain.com, where once again you can learn all about my desire to get nominated for and subsequently lose the Best Series Hugo in Seattle in 2025. Yeah, I've had a blast with this group. I'm loving everything, and I cannot wait to see the bananas things that are coming y'all's way next session. Our way, your way, this way.
Excellent. So, until next time, stay safe, keep to the shadows. We'll be back.